Oh my god, people, it is finally here. The Ashcan edition of Time and Space Lunar Rise. It took me forever to get this printed, and it is because of one person, and one very important person, that this book is now printed. So I tried to have this done professionally, and they were taking way too long to get it done because they're in their busy season. It's not really their fault. It's just where it landed in the year. So I turned to a fine gentleman by the name of George Alexopoulos, who many know, and he is printing out of his house. He doesn't have like a desktop printer. He's got like a sort of professional grade printing unit. But anyway, it's still a personalized printer, but man, does it ever do a nice job. I'm gonna give you a little example. So here's our lovely cover here, and just let me grab the proof that I had from the professional place. Stick it right up here, right side by side. Alright, now you probably won't notice as much difference on the camera here, but if I look right here, just chest armor, it's really hard to describe, but the one that George did is a lot sharper than this one. It's a little soft, like the one that they did, and the grays and stuff don't pop out as much. It's not really going to show up here on the camera, I've noticed, but there's a little difference. Like some of the grays are a lot darker, so you don't see a lot of the detail in it. And his blacks, he made them a little punchier, like on the contrast scaler, so that, you know, it pops off the page a little bit more. I really like that. It's the same throughout the book. The other one's a little bit more, you know, less contrasty, but didn't have the same grayscale adjustment on it. And these are from the same file. I didn't do anything in between to tweak this at all. It was all done through the printing process. And that's the difference. You send it to a company, they'll do a nice job. In fact, I mean, this is a pretty nice thick stock, right? George put a really nice thick stock. It's a little thinner, but it's a nice thick stock. And then on the pages, you know, it's a little thinner, but it's still a nice thick stock. It still doesn't bend very easy. This stuff's really heavy, and that's one thing that I worried about with this really heavy paper was weight. So this one versus that one, see? Look, see the difference? This one's a lot heavier. Now it's good for durability and whatnot, but God, we have to ship all of these, right? I mean, that could be a problem. So anyway, I just wanted to express my deepest thanks to George for helping me out with this, and to prove that yes, home quality printing is possible. In the indie world, I think for small runs, it makes perfect sense. You control everything, right? Writing, art, printing. This is an artistic endeavor. This would be like the ultimate in the artistic method. Like, this is your product, right? You can't say, oh, you know, I didn't do that. It's kind of like, see, I was in photography a lot. There's something more important about printing your own images afterwards. It doesn't happen a lot anymore. Usually you take them, you get them printed, but I'm in the rare situation where I can print my own images because of the place I work. But yeah, so I have a little bit more control over that type of thing. However, you know, when it comes to book printing, I'm completely clueless. I didn't really even understand like the duplexing and the bifold and all that stuff, but excuse me, I am learning. And that's one thing about doing these independently, you learn really quickly. how to get this stuff done. Because if you don't, you get left behind, people get mad, you're late. Now, I know we didn't fund, but that's kind of the point, right? Like, I didn't have to go and make this book. I could have refunded everybody, walked away from the project, but I decided, nah, I'm going to do as much as I can, and I got half of the book paid for and done. You know, and Rob's such an amazing artist. I wanted to continue to give him the ability to express my words in images. So I'd like to get the rest of the book done. That's the main goal going into the next year. So we're going to relaunch in January. Now, as it goes so far, everyone who backed a physical edition of the book will be getting one of these. You'll also be getting one of the making of books, the original printing of the making of book, not the one that I was advertising in the campaign. This would have been the one that I took to conventions to sell the book. It's got a few spelling errors in it, unfortunately, that I missed when I was doing the editing process. It's like normally I have somebody look over, or I have an editor, you know, the one that edited this book. And normally I would get her to look over it, but for whatever reason I said, oh, there's not that much text in it, I can do it myself, and sure enough, there's a typo. But, you know, all the power to the editors. They're very important. So I'm going to give those out because, you know, I feel not obligated, but I want to give you guys something special. I want you to continue to support me. So that does, you know, getting this doesn't mean that you're not going to get the full book. You are going to get the full book when the full book is funded. I just want to give you something in the meantime to show you that, you know, this is a serious thing. I'm extremely passionate about this project. It's funny because, you know, it took so much time in between now and the end of the campaign, you know, to get this thing up and running, you know, working off of, you know, a zero, you know, working off your own money, trying to finish this thing up. It's hard. But, you know, that's fine. That is the way it is. This is independent work, right? It's not always sunshines and rainbows. It is, you know, like you gotta work towards this stuff. This is important. At least it should be important if you really, really believe in this stuff. So I am completely rambling here. So yes, you'll be getting this and the making of book for the physical backers. Some of you had giftware. I'm gonna try to start shipping that out too. Because most of that's complete, so I don't have to worry about that. So hopefully this month coming, December, you'll see a lot of stuff starting to ship, and then in January we can relaunch on Indiegogo another time and hopefully get this thing made all the way. Sounds good, everyone? And my final words, just back to George. Thank you so much. This is amazing. It's really good quality. And don't be so dismissive of home printing. It's definitely a viable option for small print runs for an independent. Even if you got like 500 books. I don't know if you want to invest in a full printer or not. That's completely up to you. But it is definitely a viable method for doing independent work. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you wish, you can subscribe. I would appreciate it. Please like the video. And let's make some books. Let's do some comics. Let's get out of this drama shit. Come on. It's supposed to be fun, right? We're supposed to be making cool stuff. Let's start making cool stuff again. Let's not fight. Let's just enjoy some art, some writing. Some cool stories. Alright, peace everyone.